Didn't think much of it then. Out point, throws my neck out of joint. What a job, set after set. Oh, the relief when you get the occasional loft. Ah, no, smash it. Oh, dash it. 30, 15. What does it all mean? 40, 50. Why 30, 15? Why 40, 15? What if instead I just said 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and game? Do just the same. Some of the debutante holders be bound to get shirty. 40, 30. And now the spectators are trickling out. They stamper about. Good luck. It'll rain. That ought to reduce. Deuce. Half of me bored. Net cord. The other half nervous. First service. Wish it were dinner. Thank God would have been. Advantage, Miss Ampes. Good evening. Welcome.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Can I get you something? A watch, maybe? No, I love you. Thank you so much. I just love that joke. Thank you for coming late. I love to hear that joke. Trying to drink, sitting here, I'm obsessed with the fear of getting it wrong. With everybody else going bonk, bink, I'll be going bink, bonk. Oh, do get over it. What is the use? So we're back again. Juice, Wimbledon, June, ladies singles, third round, groundsmen are asked, how's the state of the ground? Players are photographed, jumping the nets. But here sits a figure one always forgets, the umpire upon whom the sun never sets. Thank you very much. And now, stick with the idea of hobbies, we've done sport. Now on to music. And I haven't had much luck with music, I can tell you. I used to play the trumpet, but sadly I broke it. But fear not, I fixed it with a tuba glue. I love the groans, I feed off the groans. But tonight I'd like to share with you this delightful little number, a rather relentless number, Ill Wind. And I do hope you enjoy it. Let's all hope we survive. Thank you, Maestro. I once had a whim and I started to play it. I had fallen in a second check. I polished it up and I started to play it in spite of the neighbors who begged me to stop. To sound my horn, I had to develop my own resource. To find that horn was a bit of a devil to play. So tightly wound to give you a sound, a beautiful sound, so rich and round. All the hours I had to spend before I mastered it in the end. But that was yesterday, and just today I looked in the usual place. There was the case, but the horn itself was missing. Oh, where did it have gone? Haven't you, has anyone seen my horn? Oh, how did it have gone? What a blow. Now I know I'm unable to play my Allegro. Who swiped that horn? To admit somebody did. That way I found a concerto and wanted to play, displaying my talent to play. Whatever the days might ask to say, I found it and managed to rain in the morn. I lost my horn. I know I was losing it yesterday. I lost my horn. Lost that horn. Found that horn. Gone. There's no much hope of getting it back. Big old pay reward. I know some party folk, this party joke, pretend to run with the horn. Gone away, wasn't one of them to get away. Will can you return that horn? Where was the devil who picked my horn? I should tell the police I want that French horn back. I miss it more and more and more. Without my horn, I'm feeling bad and so forlorn. I found a concerto and wanted to play in Spain. My talent to play. Ready to take my hand to say I found it and managed to I practiced my horn and I wanted to play it, but somebody took it away. I practiced my horn and I wanted to play it, but somebody took it away. My name is a secret is better. I'll soon make you wish you were dead. I'll take up the tuber instead. Wah, wah. Black now. That song's out of the way. Full of course. But it doesn't rhyme with a little song, a little joke actually, a little story, not about a horn, but actually about a piccolo. There was a man walking down the streets of London, and he saw in the distance an old friend of his hadn't seen for years. He ran up to him, Arthur, Charlie, remember? Oh gosh, yes, of course, how are you? Arthur, where have you been all these years? He said, it was quite interesting actually. I now play the piccolo for the London Philharmonic Orchestra. He's like, this is fantastic. Well, not as wonderful as you may seem. I think when you're the piccolo player, you don't quite get the luxuries the other members of the orchestra get. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, we performed to the King of England, and he loved our show, and he said, fill all their instruments with gold. So they filled the tuba with gold, and they filled the drum with gold. But me, and that darn piccolo. Oh, I see. That is terrible. Anything else? Oh, yeah, well, another time we performed to the Queen of France, and she said, I love their performance. Fill their instruments with silver. And they put all the silver in the tuba, and they put all the silver in the drum. But me, and that darn piccolo, honestly, I can't understand. But that wasn't the worst. The worst time was when we performed to the Tsar of Russia. And he hated our performance. He said, put their instruments up their bottoms. And you can't do that with the drum. You can't do that with the tuba with me. And that darn piccolo. I do like that. And now Florence and Swann, they always wanted to write a sort of hit, and they thought what they really needed was a song with a foreign word in the title, Auf Wiedersehen, my love, and that sort of thing. But they couldn't find anything until they came across one delightful little foreign word they put into a brand new song, and this was their bid for the hit parade. This is the philosophical waltz. I do hope you enjoy the culture. Oh, it's hard to say, but in Tonga, that means no. If I ever have the money, it's to Tonga I shall go. For each lovely Tongan maiden there will gladly make a date. But by the time she says, it is usually too late. I don't think so, do you? No. Well, that brings us very nicely into what we like to call the lecture section. Because we're dealing with quite old songs, and we've had to polish a few up. They aren't quite easy. We don't want to get cancelled, not on our first gig. That'd be terrible, wouldn't it? But this brings us to a very famous number, Have Some Madeira, Madeira. I see some nodding going on there. I know this song was inspired from Michael Flanders, bought a decanter from the Portobello Road, an Edwardian or Edwardian decanter, much like his Edwardian hat or haunt. So he used to drink this little Madeira, not to excess, of course, because we all know the dangers of drinking. Drinking too much can lead to memory loss. And even worse, memory loss. So, I do hope you enjoy this little number all about a charming lady, a devilish, beastly old codger. This is Have Some Madeira, Madeira. She was young, she was pure, she was new, she was nice, she was sweet, she was fair 17. He was old, he was vile, no stranger to nice. He was base, he was bad, he was mean. Inspiring, we got her up to his net to view his collection of stats. And he said as he hastened to put out the cat, the wine, cigar, and the lamps. Have some, Madeira, Madeira. You really have nothing to fear. I'm not trying to tempt you, that wouldn't be right. You shouldn't have spirits at this time of night. Have some, Madeira, Madeira. It's ever so nicer than beer. I don't care for sherry, one cannot drink stout, and waters of wine I can well do without. It's simply a case of chuggles on gout. Have some Madeira, Madeira. Do my poetry. I'm aware of the wiles of the snake in the grass, of the face of the maiden who talks. She lowered her standards by raising her glass. Her poet, her eyes closed. She sipped it, she drank it, she drained it, she knew. He slyly refilled it again. And he said as he secretly carved one more notch on the butt of that gold-handled cane. Have some Madeira, Madeira. I've got a small cask of it here. And once it's been opened, you know it won't keep. To finish it up, it will help you to sleep. Have some Madeira, Madeira. It's really an excellent beer. If it were cheap, would be wrong to say yes. The evil it indulged would be hard to assess. Besides, it's inclined to effective caress. Have some Madeira, Madeira. And it flashed through her mind what her mother had said, and it looked at candle till it breath. Oh, my child, should you pay so the wine as you spent, he would therefore a fit worse than death. She let go of her glass with a shrill little cry. Crash tinkle, it fell to the floor. When he said what in heaven, she made no reply, as she made up her mind for the door. Have some Madeira, Madeira. The words echoed to the hall down in there. A tremulous cry that was filled with despair as she sobbed in the cold midnight air. Have some Madeira, Madeira. The words seemed to echo loud and clear. Until the next morning she woke up in bed with a smile on her lips and an ache in her head, and a burning memory that haunted and said, have some Madeira, Madeira, ow, ow. I do like that number. My niece Freya, you know, that's her favourite song of all the Flowers and Swann. She thinks it's about cake. Yeah. And so does Andrew. Okay. Right, well, leaving at the lecture section, obviously sometimes we're unlucky in love. I know I certainly have been most of the time. And this next number is about when you really need someone to be there for you, but conveniently there's no one ever around. This song is about a chap who has a difficult time with a woman called Vanessa. And I don't actually know anyone called Vanessa. You must suspend disbelief with these things. The LF on the music doesn't stand for Michael Flanders. It means the song must be sung with feeling. It's one of the original jokes. Anyway, do hope you enjoy it. This is Vanessa. A bit of mood music, please. I suffer in silence more than most. I suppose I made that way. But it comes a time when it's talk or burst. That time has come today. The most ghastly crisis of my whole life. I didn't want to be a bore, but it's time it comes to rally round. It comes to fall. I say when it happened, I can't face this thing alone. I dare not go outside, but thank God there's the phone. So I spent the day giving all my friends a ring. Tonight, I'm facing another rather appalling thing. Nobody wants to hear about Vanessa or the terrible thing Vanessa's done to me. I rang up good old Arthur before it got me down. But his mother, Mrs. Expert, told me Arthur's out of town. She obviously thought I was trying to impress her when I said I needed Arthur right away. But he didn't really want to hear at all about Vanessa or the vitally important thing I had to say. Nobody wants to hear about Vanessa and the hideousness Vanessa's got me. I got through to the hearts, they were as nice as they could be. But Sybil then informed she had the bishop around for tea. Simply could be not too sure upon Tessa. But he said he had to go out, he hadn't even shaved. So there really wasn't time to stop and talk about Vanessa and the quite fantastic way that she's behaved. Honestly, I rang up Ethel Field in the middle of the meal. She said she'd bring me back, I know she won't. Virginia's gone to Cannes with that rather awful man. God knows what he's thinking. I don't. Henry wouldn't hear a word. He put something on the third, and I got through to the gas board by mistake. And then Lucian clearly had too much to drink. She kept mumbling about going dump in a lake. Anyway, none of them want to hear about Vanessa or the unforgivable treatment I received. Sandy is on the phone now. That goes for Julian too. Colin Wilson's had his cut off. The best that he could do. I don't want to burn myself to Janet, bless her. It's not the kind of thing that I discuss with Don. So it's really hard to find a soul to talk about Vanessa and the quite ridiculous way that she's been carrying on. Nobody wants to hear about Vanessa and the horrible way that she's been going around. I rang Elizabeth Arley, but every time I tried, someone lifted the receiver, but nobody replied. But I think of all the times I've acted as father confessor when their permeated love lives go astray. And it's really hard to think that none of my so-called friends have the ability to hear what I have to say. Well, perhaps you would like to hear about Vanessa. How she did it and how it's finished me because, well, no, you obviously couldn't care less about Vanessa, so I'll be bothered if I tell you what it was. Wonderful. I do love that number. Great fun. And now we come to our Act 1 closer. I do hope you enjoy it. This is a very famous number. And it's all a song about domestic upheaval. This, of course, is the gas man cometh. Twas on a Monday morning, the gas man came to call. The gas tap wouldn't turn, I wasn't getting gas at all. Took out all the skirting boards that he could find the main, and I had to call a carpenter to put it back again. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. It was on the Tuesday morning, the carpenter came round with his hammer and his chisel, and he said, "You are a friend." He joisted onto drawer, but I broke the molds to rights, and he put me through a cable, and out went all the lights. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. It was on the Wednesday morning, the electrician came. He called me Mr. Sanderson, which isn't quite the name. He couldn't reach the fuse box without standing on a bin, but his foot went through the window, so I called the glazing in. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. It was on the Thursday morning, the glazier came along with his blowtorch and his putter and his smelling glazier saw. He changed all the windows and it took no time at all, and I had to call the painter to come and paint the wall. Oh, it makes work for the working man to do. It was on the Friday morning, the painter made a start. With his undercoats and overcoats, he painted every part, every nook and every cranny. He couldn't turn it on, but he covered all the gas tap. I couldn't turn it on. Oh, it makes work for the workman to do. On Saturday and Sunday, they do no work at all. So it was on the Monday morning that the gas came to call. Thank you very much. Yeah. You enjoying yourself tonight? Yeah. Excellent. Thank you so much. As a week. Well, I believe that brings us to the end of our first act, but very exciting. I believe there's going to be a raffle. Well, there's more exciting than that. Wonderful. So, thank you very much, and we will be back shortly, and so will our jokes.
That chicken.
Yeah.
Actually, of course it's now. The white. What we are going to win? We are going to win.
Wait, what?
Let's wait what's happening.
Huh? No, wait. Yeah, you can.
Hello everybody. If anybody would like to buy some more raffle tickets, we are going to make the draw in the next couple of minutes. So if you haven't got a raffle ticket, please come up and buy one now. Thank you.
Hi, Mara. How are you doing? Good to see you.
This is the white squirrel. It wasn't there. No. It was when the retiring
Okay, we're going to make the first draw on the raffle. If I can have some quiet, please, just for the raffle. We are honoured tonight to have our district governor here, Anne Moriarty, who's going to make the first draw for the raffle. Thank you. Over to you, Anne.
And it's green and it's 586 to 590.
No, that's blue. It's blue. Sorry. It's a bit dark over here. It's blue. Oh, it is a blue one. It's a match. I'm here. Over there. Choose what you like. Okay, white ticket 431 to 435. Nobody? Oh, come on, Noreen. Well done. Oh, Maureen, before you choose, can you just pick it again? Okay, this is a green ticket 286 to 290. Oh, fantastic. Well done, Andrew. You deserve it. Andrew, could you choose the next one? Okay, blue again, 566 to 570. Yep, 566 to 570. Come on up. In your own time. Verify that. Go through the price. Okay, white ticket 491 to 495. No idea. Has anyone got that? 491 to 495, white. Oh, yeah. Roger? Yeah, okay. Whiskey's gone, mate. There is some booze left, right? Yeah. Green ticket 201 to 205. Just quickly, Rod. It's a nice bottle, Roger. Okay, another green ticket. 231 to 235. Oh no. The whiskey's gone, David. So. There's 4 prizes left, so thank you, David. Just another ticket. Just another ticket left. Leave that handbag alone, David. Green ticket 291 295. Oh, we have a winner over there. Oh, don't take my hand. There's a little surprise in it. Surprise in it, David. Oh, you know. Hello, Brian. Well done. Just next ticket, please. A couple of prizes. Oh no, 3 prizes left. Okay, Brian, 3 prizes left. Green ticket 251 to 255. Green ticket 251 to 255. Up we come then. Just 2 prizes left. Could you choose the next ticket, please, sir? Come here. Yep. Thank you. Okay, last ticket is white ticket 461 465. And we have another winner. But thank you so much, everybody, for donating for the raffle. Very kind of you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your generosity. We raffle raised £312 tonight for our local Rotary causes. So thank you all very, very much.